everyone, this is your sewing teacher Veronica, and in this video I will show you how I made from this skirt that I like a lot but it's too long, too big, how I made this very cool set skirt and the top, and I will show you everything step by step. So if you want to learn something new and make something like this, please watch this video. So this is my skirt, very long. For now I want to understand the length of the skirt, so I just do it like this. And it's a lot of fabric here. It's good that I can make a skirt like this. So I just raise it till it will be the length that I want. And I have to pin the area of my waist for myself to understand what I have to cut off. I need to pin it. So just in 2-3 places, and then carefully you need to remove it. Still having pins on, okay? So I'm going to do it. This is my skirt, and here, if you can see this, and here also the pins that I marked my waist. So basically we can cut off the top part. This is my waistband here, and what we have to do, we need to measure the length from the waist till the mark. Probably it won't be even because I just pinned it on myself, so it's 53, and we also need to have seam allowance. Let's say 2 centimeters, so 1.5. Let's make it 52. So we have a little bit extra for the elastic, and so it will be 52. And here it's a little bit longer. Okay, this is the problem. It's not even when you pin it on you. So we need to kind of choose the middle length between these two. Let's do 54. And we mark from your waist, from the waist, 54 centimeters. We make a line and we have to cut off the lowest part. It will be our skirt. Okay, this is my line, and I'm going to cut. I actually tried it on. I decided to make it a little bit bigger, so I'm going to add like 2 centimeters more because it's a little bit too short. So I will not draw the line, I will just do it by eye, and we cut off this lowest part. This will be my skirt. This is this piece of fabric that I cut off, and this will be this kind of skirt. To make it simple, we're going to have elastic on top, so no zipper. Elastic is much faster. And look, if we make elastic here, it means that it should go through the hips. So you need to measure what length it should be, that it's big enough to go through the hips, right? Don't make it too small as your waist, because waist is always smaller than hips. And I just pin layers together, and then on the table I will already see and pin it properly. But for me, I just now need to understand this like diameter. So this is my pin, and look what you have to do. You just pin the layers when they on top of each other. So we have this overlapping part. You just pin it, so we stitch it together after and attach elastic. And now what you have to do, you need to go with zigzag around, and you fold this 2 centimeters. We're going to do this one more time with more details, and you stitch it like this, and we're going to add elastic. I went with zigzag on top, so my layers connected here, this overlap part. And now I have a line here, 2 centimeters. If you don't have line, you just mark from the top 2 centimeters and make a line. And next what you do, you go to the iron and you fold fabric like this, that your line is on the very top, and you iron the whole part. This is the result after ironing. So I have this part 2 centimeters pressed with iron, and now we will need to stitch next to quite close to zigzag, so we have a lot of space for the elastic. This is not elastic, it's going to be inside. And one more thing, that it should not be the full circle. You need to leave an opening for elastic. To insert elastic, this opening we will close after. So what I do, I just mark here and here, for example, the opening should be like 5-7 centimeters. So I will start here, I will go around, and I will stop here with back stitch, and this part will stay open for now. Okay, so look, I made this stitch, and now elastic you should measure around your waist and have an overlap like 2 centimeters, because this is how we connect it. So make sure it's not too loose, not too tight, and cut that much as you need. Okay, and next what we do, you need to take the safety pin and connect it to one side. So you can see this part is open, and with safety pin I go inside and I just pull through the whole skirt. Okay, sometimes you can lose this end inside, and to prevent this from happening, what I do, I just pin this part, the elastic, yes, to the skirt. Then it's going to definitely stay there and not get lost. So this is the end. We can remove the safety pin, you can pull it out even more, and now we will need to connect the ends. So we make like an overlap, and you can connect it with stitch or with straight stitch or with zigzag, it doesn't matter, both options will work. You need to just go forward and back like 3 times. Okay, and also it's important to check that elastic inside is not twisted, because it will not be really good if it is. So just check if it's fine. You will feel if something's wrong. Okay, this is my stitch. I just went 2-3 times forward and back, and now we just stretch it out, that elastic goes inside of the skirt, and this part that was open, you can see elastic inside, you should close it, right? So starting from here, there's still some stitch, so you go with back stitch, close this part till here, where we can also see the stitch, and also back stitch. So typical stitch with 2 back stitches, beginning and the end. So elastic attached, I close this opening, and look, this is very cute skirt. I really like it, super cute. Bottom is finished. Now I need to think about top. Let's go to the top. So I'm thinking about the top now, and have an idea. For now I don't know how to sew it, but I just will draw it first. We need to decide the length of the top, and basically we have to cover this part. Yes, you can make it also longer, but I don't have that much fabric. For me, I think 20 centimeters is fine, or maybe 18. And we also need like seam allowance, so I'm going to add 2 centimeters, one for the top and one for the bottom. So I decided to make the piece of fabric 22 centimeters long. We're going to use to cover this part, and then we attach the sleeves here. Let's do 22 centimeters. And the longer pieces, the nicer, because it's going to be gathered and look more beautiful. So I'm thinking the lowest part, that I have more fabric here, will be for the top part, and this top I will use, this part that is a bit smaller I will use for sleeves. So basically nothing difficult, you just need to make a rectangular that is 22. So from here I mark 22 centimeters, and everywhere I mark 22. Okay, I marked the whole piece, and now we just cut it out. Okay, good. So I have a piece like this that is 22 centimeters high. Okay, and next what I do, I connect this right sides together and stitch it, and I go with zigzag. So we're going to have like a longer piece. So we can do this part now. I stitched this is my stitch. I stitched this part, so we have this kind of thing now, and we have to basically do the same what we did with the skirt. We need to go with zigzag, fold it like this, insert elastic, and the same with this part. So it's going to be gathered like this, elastic here, elastic here. It will be the top without sleeves now, but we will attach sleeves. So what I would do, I would mark, let me see, I have this elastic now that is not that wide, so we can mark 1.5 centimeter with chalk from the top and from the bottom, and make the line here and here and the same here. Go with zigzag and then iron this part. I also will show you everything step by step. Look, I went with zigzag, this is zigzag, and yeah, as we decided, I made 1.5 centimeter line, and now I just pressed it like this with my iron, and the top and the bottom I also pressed it. And now we repeat the elastic part. So you need to mark where you start. When, for example, this is where you start, you go around and you stop here. This is an opening for elastic, and you go close to the zigzag, right? So we have more space for elastic. This will be the area where we have elastic, and we repeat the same with the other side. I prepared this top. Already have space for elastic, and now we need to decide the length of the elastic. For this, as always, you just measure it around your body. You will feel if it's too tight or too loose, and make sure it's a little bit tight, not like to make it uncomfortable, but it should keep the thing on you, okay? So, and make 2 centimeters overlap and cut the extra piece. This will be the length of elastic, and we need 2 pieces like that. The same how we did it with the skirt. I lost the opening. No, oh yeah, it's here. So the same way, using the safety pin, you just pull it through and lock the ends. When you see the other end, you just stitch them. You have to stitch them together. So I did attach elastic, closed all the holes, and we have this piece of fabric now. It will be the top. And next we will need to go to the sleeves, and look, the sleeves will be this top is quite simple, so the sleeves will be the most beautiful part, and try to make them as puffy as possible. So we will need to use all the fabric because it will make it beautiful, okay? If the sleeves are really tiny and not enough fabric, it will look a bit not nice. This is the pattern of the sleeve that I have, but you probably don't have it. I want to make this video clear for everyone, even if you don't know how to work with patterns. So we're going to make this pattern ourselves. Look, if I put my arm like this shape is similar. So it's one of the ways how you can make very basic sleeve. So you need to put on the piece of paper your arm like this, and you need to draw the line kind of around the fingers, but like 3 centimeters more. So it's around 3 centimeters here. So together with you, I will try to make the pattern myself that you can follow me, okay? Put my arm like this, make your fingers as wide as possible, and just 3 centimeters more. I just draw here. We need to continue a bit like this, and something like this is approximately the shape of the sleeve. Yeah, I think it looks similar. So you can make the pattern yourself, drawing this kind of line. These points should be approximately at the same level. Yeah, you can see in my case it's not at the same level, so I can move it a little bit. And the length of the sleeve, this part is the length of the sleeve, so you decide how long it will be. Cut out this detail, and this will be your pattern that you just made for 1 minute. But this is just standard pattern, so this will fit your arm, and we need to make a puffy sleeve. So we will need to adjust this one a little bit to make it wider. In this case, what you have to do, you take this piece of paper and you make like the line in the middle. Let's make 5 lines. Divide the piece in 5 for the 6 pieces. So we make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vertical lines, right? And now we will need to cut out these details. The thing is that the puffy sleeve is kind of wider, so we will just I will take a piece of paper. So we're going to use this piece of paper as new pattern. We're going to draw a new pattern here. So the pattern for puff sleeve should be wider. So what we do, we kind of in between details we make a distance, like for example around 1.5 centimeter approximately I have everywhere. And the other thing, that this puff sleeve should be higher, so this point should be a little bit higher. And also I have not that much fabric, so I need to first of all see if it will be enough. So this part is good. I can even make it a little bit wider. Yes. And also this part, so I can add like 2-3 centimeters on the top. So I'm just drawing this part approximately, and here I need to make it higher, okay, like 3 centimeters higher. This part goes normal, and here also higher. So these parts are the same, and then it goes on top. This will be, now I can remove this details, this will be pattern for the puff sleeve. Okay, it's wider and it's also higher. We can cut it out, and we're going to then cut out the fabric. Vivian, who helps me to make the video, gave me the idea that this is waistband and this part was stitched like this. So we opened this and we have more fabric here on top, and we can use it. The only thing that this is the top of the sleeve, and this stitch will be kind of on the top of the sleeve, but I think it can be still good. So we're going to pin the pattern like this, and we can even make it a bit higher. Let me see. I think I will add 1 centimeter seam allowance at the bottom and 1 centimeter seam allowance here, because we need to insert elastic on top and the bottom. So use as much fabric as you can, and look, the sides are fine. Our goal is to make it as high as possible, so I add 1 centimeter at the bottom and 1 centimeter on top for the elastic. And I will not draw the line, I will just cut it like this without line, just a little bit bigger. This part is fine, I don't have to add anything. This one is also fine. Here we add 1 or maybe 1.5 centimeter. Okay, this is my sleeve, and we can unpin this. Okay, these are my sleeves. What I do now, one by one, I connect it right sides together. So beautiful print is here. I connect it like this. This is my beautiful print, and I stitch together this part. Okay, this one with straight stitch and zigzag, and the same with the second sleeve. We have 2 of them, right sides together, and we stitch this part. Okay, let's do this. These are my 2 connected sleeves. This is the straight stitch and zigzag, and every stitch we press with iron. Yes, so this is how I pressed it. And now again it will be elastic everywhere, so we will need to attach elastic at the bottom of the sleeve here. So zigzag, we go with zigzag, and we fold 1 centimeter or 1.5 centimeter, depends on how wide your elastic is. And the same with this part, zigzag, and we also do it like this and create space for elastic. So the same steps that we did before. Okay, so I went with zigzag and I stitched 1.5 centimeter here. You can see the stitch, and I left an opening for elastic, and the same I did with the top part. Absolutely the same steps. You can see this part, the bottom is basically with elastic already, and we will need to repeat the same with the top part. So this is the top. I make sure there's no stitches on the front, and what I don't like that it's a lot of volume here, so I want to move all the fabric to the front, so the back looks flat more or less. Okay, and now the sleeves that we have already prepared. The idea is to connect this part and this part, but we will need to pin it. It looks nice, I like it. And this one also. So we basically have to mark where will be the sleeve connected. I will do it with hand stitch, so I can just pin the top, not sleeve on the top, because I understand that connection will be where the stitch is. So just on the top, so it goes like this area, it will be connected. I like it. Yes, yeah, that's it. Okay, so I have top part and I have the pin that is basically the place where I have to attach my sleeve. This is the pin, and the sleeve has only one stitch, so this stitch is armhole, the area of the armhole. It should be connected to the place where pin is, and basically I just connect the pin and this stitch, and I use just normal hand stitch and connect them together. So just hand stitch, make a good nice stitch, make a knot at the end so it stays in place and do not ruin in the process or when you wear it. And the same you repeat with the other sleeve. So this step is really easy. Okay, this is the result. Looks very cute, and we basically have top with the sleeves. So I took the thread, just black thread, and somewhere in the middle go like this several times and make a knot. Okay, and one more time, a couple of times. Okay, and carefully cut the thread so it's not visible, and you will have a little bit different top, but it's very cute, I think. Look, you can already wear this top this way, but I also tried one more option. I will show you. So front was this side where I have more fabric, and what I did, I just connected front like this, and I went around this spot with thread. So I just made it a little bit like cups here, and I think it looks also very cute. So you can make this option too. I will do this and show you the result. And finally, this is the result. I'm super happy with this, a cute set. I don't know how to call it, but I really like it, and I think it's really cool set for the summer and for some parties. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if everything was clear for you. If no, I will be happy to make maybe one more video about this. So let me know in the comments. Did you like this tutorial or no? And did you like the final results? And I hope to see you in my next videos. Bye bye!